XR650 riders. My name's Brian, and I'm here today doing this. It's December 13th today. About a week ago or so, I thought, man, since I'm not going down to Arizona, since the weather's all crappy, it's not worth going down. It's not worth driving 1,500 miles to go down to like 60-degree temperatures. I see YouTube videos of people down there right now, and they're freezing their asses off. They're all bundled up. I live here in Washington. It's raining all the time. Today's actually pretty nice, but yeah, what a better time to tear into the bike. I got this thing about 3 years ago. I always tell people I paid too much for it. Up until then, I rode this. But that's kind of, poor girl's taking a kind of a back seat to this red pig here, this big red pig. I went down to Baja 1000 a few years ago. Volunteered for a sportsman moto team. I was just a driver, just go-getter, gopher. Had a great time. I mean, I encourage anybody that if that's on your bucket list, a lot of these teams would gladly take you to come volunteer. They need all the help they can get. It's crazy down there. So I would encourage you to go down, find one of these teams and find somebody on it. Get signed up and do it. It's in the middle of November. I know a lot of people are. It's hard to get away, but I would say go for it. But yeah, I was down there and I just got so excited about it. I said to a couple of the guys, I said, I want to get a dirt bike. What should I get? Our team's bike is a XR650R. It's a great bike. But one of the guys there said, "You're a big guy. You should get the big red pig. It rules down there." And for 7 or 8 years it did. It won every single race. But so anyway, I got home that winter and hemmed and hawed, and it got to be about this time of year, and I went down and bought one. This is what I got. Anyway, it's all tore apart right now. I got all the plastics off. Got a bunch of parts in the ultrasonic cleaner right now. Got the air box off. It's clean, but it's still pretty dirty. Really, that's the only part that shows. Wow. I don't know. I sprayed some degreaser cleaner on there. I don't know if it's doing any good or not. But I scrubbed it the other day. I really scrubbed it. Looks like it might be getting some of that stuff. We'll see. We'll just keep it on there. Some of my last videos, you'll see that after I first got it, I had a bicycle shop, and then this time of year, it's really slow in the shop, and so I was just kind of piecing it back together, and I did a lot of things. I got some new levers and grips, and I lubed all the cables up, and pieced it all back together. I was in really sad shape. It ran, but barely. I actually I tried rebuilding the carburetor, and I'm not an expert, but you'll see in one of my videos I got the double pumper. Don't regret it one bit. That thing's an awesome carburetor, as long as you leave the ethanol fuel out of it. Be sure and get some non-ethanol fuel and keep it in there. But so I'm here today. I know the garage is a mess, but this is pretty clean for me. Right now, I'm kind of dubbing on this Power Bomb header pipe. I've got the exhaust off. You can see I've got it pretty much tore. I'm not going to take the engine out. I think I'm going to just kind of leave it there and give it a once or twice over with a couple Scotch-Brite pads, clean it up and kind of hose it off. It's a dirt bike, which, you know, what am I even doing this for? It's a dirt bike, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you don't know what's wrong with it until you get in and get your hands on everything. I've already found a few things that were wrong with it. Shoot, where'd that go? Well, oh, there goes the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm gonna hit it again. Let's see. Time. We'll go for another 30 minutes. One of the things I found was the thermostat was stuck wide open. It had gotten so hot one time that it opened way wide, and it actually came undone, and it was absolutely stuck wide open. So that could explain why my cooling's always been really poor. Bear with me on the camera. This is my left side radiator. Does that look bent? So I got new radiators coming. There's my tank on the ground just sitting there. Let me see if I can get some better light over here. This is my box of parts. It's my old rear fender, but new seat cover, new Baja Designs headlight shield, all new plastics. I got, you know, fender side covers, everything. These hand guards are just like those Osurbe ones, but these are a no-name brand, which I like because they don't have the logo here. $19 on Amazon. That was awesome. Got some Scott grips. Single density grips. Shoot, I was thinking those were the Ultra Plush ones. But anyway, new Baja Designs battery. I mean, that'll be better because the one that's on the bike has never worked. Well, I'm going to show you all this stuff later. For now, I'll kind of take you through today from time to time. I've spent about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And I'm using Scotch-Brite on this power bomb. I don't know if you can see it. It's a power bomb pipe. It's stainless steel, so it should shine right up. I've got from Amazon the other day. I bought a whole bunch of wet sandpaper, and I'm going to try and bring this back to like new. It's gonna look like new or close to it. That's kind of how the whole thing was until I'm not quite done with it. And this Scotch-Brite cleaned it up at least that good. But I'm going to continue on with that wet sanding, and step by step I'll show you what it turns out like. So be back in a while. One thing I wanted to add was this is the wet sandpaper kit that I got off of Amazon. I know you can't see it, but it's there's like 200, 400, 600, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000, up to, I want to say up to 3,000 sandpaper. So it's like $8. You know, if you buy a sheet in a hardware store, it's like $3 a sheet. So I think it's a pretty good deal. There we go. Yeah, so this sandpaper, you can see, it starts off with really rough 120, 150, 180, 240, 320, 400, 600, 800,